It is softball time here at Trinity Softball Complex, and the TBC Eagles are ready to take on the Tigers from NCAA Division II Edward Waters University. Hello, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau, and you're watching TBC Eagles softball on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. Our visiting Tigers come into today's play with a record of 28-13. They are 12-4 in the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, led by head coach Mike Ellison and his assistants Brian Daly and former Tiger player Ashley Combast, who is now a graduate assistant coach. Here's a batting order that the Tigers will send to the plate. The catcher, Laura Scott, will lead things off. Former TBC Eagle Katie Gooden bats second. She's at shortstop. Batting third, playing second base, is Jasmine Lemug. Batting fourth, the designated player, Brooke Rice. Batting fifth, playing third base, is Jade Mention. Batting sixth in right field is Kyler Gardner. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Gracie Mejia. Batting eighth in center field, Caitlin Lemug, and batting ninth, playing left, will be Kyla Saunders. Facing Kylie Duhigg, and the ball game is underway, and this one is outside for ball one. Josh Jackson, the fabulous voice of the Edward Waters University Tigers, is in attendance. Hello, Josh. Glad to see you here, and the 1-ball, no-strike pitch is downstairs. This is Laura Scott leading things off for the Tigers. She's hitting .359 this season. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs. Scott has 1 homer and 23 runs driven in 41 games for the Tigers. Trinity Baptist has played 22 games, 3-19, and 1-3 in South Region competition. 3 balls, no strikes, and Duhigg gets this one down the middle. These two teams played a doubleheader at Edward Waters earlier in the season, February 6th. Edward Waters won both games, 4-3 and 8-3. 2 very well-played games by both teams. And Duhigg gets this one in the zone, and that is strike 2. Kylie Duhigg getting a little more comfortable out there in the circle with each start, her first year as she's pitched in quite some time, and we mean many, many years. There's a high fly ball into right, and Eagles right fielder Ellery McGatha makes the catch, and there's one away. McGatha playing right. Morgan Wells in center. Carlin Payne is in left. Piper Young's at third base. Shortstop is Ebony Medina. Taylor Foster's at second. And at first base is Sage Butler with Ashley Shaw behind the plate. Here's Katie Gooden, who will bat both ways, right and left. And the first pitch, fastball. That one misses a little bit low. Gooden playing her second season with Edward Waters after her freshman and sophomore years here at Trinity Baptist. The 1-0, and there's a strike. Katie Gooden batting .408, no homers, but 38 runs driven in, and she has scored 45 times. The 1-1 is a fastball that misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. Gooden ahead of the pitcher. Duhigg ready. And here comes that 2-1. And this pitch misses a little bit inside. Trinity Baptist is coming off that doubleheader split with New College of Florida back on Thursday. Piper Young was the winning pitcher in game number 2. 3 balls and a strike, and that one is in the zone. A good idea to keep Gooden off the bases because she can run. In fact, she has stolen 21 times in 24 attempts. Duhigg, with a full count after falling behind, has come back, and she's ready to deliver a payoff pitch. Ball 4 misses outside, and that puts good speed on the base pass for the Tigers. Ball game just underway. We actually started a few minutes early. Both teams were ready. Everything's set up by our terrific game day crew led by Alessandra Enriquez and Liam Davis. We have Caroline Smith on the camera and Marilyn Gordon doing the live stats for us today. 1 out with Gooden on first, not running, and the first pitch fastball is a strike to Jasmine Lemug. Jasmine Lamug hasn't played a whole lot this season. This is her third appearance, all starts. And that one is popped up to the right side. And the Eagles defense having to battle the sun. The eclipse has passed Jacksonville, so nothing like it was out here a little while ago. And we've seen in the last few days that sun can be hard on the fielders. And the ball drops safely foul for strike two. The Mug, one official at-bat so far. Showing bunt, pulling back, and ripping one hard foul to the left side. And it's 0-2. We have seen both Jasmine and Caitlin the Mug many times on this field. And they have always done some damage to the TBC Eagles. There are a lot of seniors on this team we've seen play over and over again the past several years. 2 strikes from Duhigg, and this one is popped up into the net and out of play. And told that Jasmine's first game was Saturday against Benedict. Glad to have her back. And I won't get into why, but I know about that issue that I was just told. My wife dealing with the same thing several years ago. A ball and 2 strikes now to Jasmine Lamug. Thankfully, she's all right. Showing bunt with the count of 1-2. Good and on first. She walked. There is 1 out. We're in the top of the first for those just now joining us. And this one hit toward the TBC dugout. Count remains 1-2. Brooke Rice, the DP, waits on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Edward Waters, 28-13 this season. Last season, I believe their losses ended up the season still in single digits. They were absolutely phenomenal. The 1-2, and again, pulled foul, and the Mug a little bit out in front of Duhigg. She's getting some good swings at the young Eagles pitcher. Kylie Duhigg, no wins, 11 losses. She's pitched 58 total innings and took something off the fastball and got a swinging strike 3. Again, she's learning on the job, and she shows improvement every time out. Most likely we'll see Piper Young pitch game number 2. Brooke Rice at the plate, the designated player for Edward Waters. Rice is hitting .287 with 6 home runs and 44 runs driven in. Gooden's on the move. The strike. Shaw's throw down is not in time. And Katie Gooden has just stolen her 22nd base of the season in now 25 attempts. But there are 2 outs for Duhigg. Rice again with 44 runs driven in. Again, the Tigers have played nearly twice as many games as the Eagles. 1 strike fastball. Gooden thought about taking off for third, and she puts on the brakes. A fly out, a walk, strikeout, a stolen base is the inning summary so far. Gooden at second, Rice at the plate. 2 outs. And Duhigg gets the sign she wants and delivers and misses high with the fastball. Congratulations to TBC Eagles Baseball, who completed a 3-game sweep of NAIA Voorhees College this past weekend. They won Friday night's game 20-6 and then won 3-0 and 8-4 on Saturday. Great job by Coach Jordan Broden and the TBC Eagles baseball team. Swing and a miss for strike 2 on Rice. Wells, Foster, and Young ready to lead off for TBC when we hit the bottom of the first. But Duhigg trying to get this final out, keep that runner from scoring. Here comes a 2-2. There's a hard drive into center field. Gooden will round third. The throw to the plate will be cut off. That's an RBI single for Brooke Rice, RBI number 45 on the season. And the Tigers get that first run of the ball game Walks tend to come back to haunt the pitchers, and that's what happened here in the first. And now Jade Mention, the Tigers' third baseman at the plate. She's hitting .325, no homers, 22 runs driven in. She has scored 26 times. Duhigg ready, and the pitch. There's a tapper right in front of the plate, but foul as it hit Mention as she started to head toward first. And so Rice will head back to first base. In case you're wondering, she's been successful in all 6 of her stolen base attempts. Rice was 6 for 8 in last Friday's doubleheader against Benedict. She homered twice and drove in 8. Good job by Rice. Duhigg with the one-strike pitch. Line drive, center field, a base hit. Wells fielded the hop that started to bound away from her. She had to reach back, and she made the nice play to keep Rice at second base. Back-to-back singles up the middle for 2 Tiger hitters, and Kyla Gardner, right fielder, at the plate. Gardner hitting .277, 3 homers, and 31 runs driven in. Appreciate Josh sending the information about the Tigers players and how well they've done in recent ball games. And we have the first pitch missing outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Duhigg ready. Checks the signs. And now delivers. There's a high fly ball, well hit center field. Wells going back, but this ball is gone. That's Kyla Gardner with the 3-run home run. Number 4 on the season. Tigers lead 4-0. Not much doubt about that. Not a whole lot of wind, but it is blowing out over the center field fence, and Gardner, though, didn't need much help. She hit that ball right on the button. Rice and Mention also score on the blast, and 4-0 Edward Waters. Well, Duhigg got the first couple of outs, sandwiched around a walk, but then 2 singles and a home run. And Edward Waters, they swing the bats very well. They always have. Josh, what place are you in your conference? Second place in the Eastern Division of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Duhigg with the pitch. And this one's a strike to Gracie Mejia. .225, no homers, 11 runs batted in. She has started all 38 games, in 38 games, all of them as starts. Of course, Tigers, they played in 41. And the pitch is upstairs. Four runs are in. First inning. Again, we started a little bit early for those just now joining us. And a line drive into center. That's a base hit. Wells will get it back into the infield, and Mejia is aboard with a base hit. That is 4 straight singles. Well, 4 straight hits to center field, and one of them left the ballpark. That brings up Caitlin Lemug, Tigers center fielder. 203 this season. And first pitch in there for the strike. Kyla Gardner, who hit the home run, I told her a little while ago I'm still mad at her for making that diving catch on Ashley Shaw's drive down the line, a game saver last year, and then Edward Waters ended up winning the game 2-1. I still say if that ball had hit the ground and rolled to the fence, Shaw would have circled the bases, and the Eagles would have won it in 9. Of course, meant that in good humor. That was a great play by Gardner. And the pitch misses outside, 2 balls and a strike. And time call, Coach Ray Regulacion heads out to the mound to have a talk with his pitcher. His assistant coach, Dallas Singleton. When the Tigers take the field in the bottom of the first, we'll look at Cheyenne Curry. tell you more about how Curry has done this season when she gets inside the circle. And Kylie Dewig hoping that she can get this out and put Curry in the circle very soon. This is batter number 8 of the inning. This is our final home doubleheader for TBC softball. Their remaining games are against Edward Waters' conference opponents, Fort Valley State and Albany State. April 26th and 27th, both on the road. And this one gets away, and that will allow Mejia to take second base on the wild pitch. Actually, what I forgot is that TBC will be at Florida State College at Jacksonville next Tuesday, April 16th for a doubleheader first. Then they will head to Georgia to play Fort Valley State and Albany State to end the regular season. 3 balls and a strike. Duhigg delivers. That one is just foul down the left field line. That's a break for TBC. That would certainly have scored the run. The doubleheader at FSCJ begins at 2 p.m. on Tuesday, April 16th. The 26th is at Albany State, and the 27th is at Fort Valley State. Line drive. That one is fair. It tipped off Young's glove in fair territory. And the Mug has herself an RBI double as Mejia rounds third and scores, and it is 5-0. Correct call made. The ball did touch Young's glove in fair territory. Brings up Kayla Saunders, a left fielder. She is hitting .256. She has driven in 9 runs. 2 outs. And a strike right down the middle. We got 2 outs with the runner at second. And then single, home run, single, and double have followed. Number 9 hitter in the batting order and in the inning. 1 strike, and the pitch is upstairs. Evens a count at 1-1. Eagles baseball back on the home field this Friday and Saturday. Friday night, single game against Atlantis, and Saturday afternoon, a doubleheader against Atlantis. The 1-1, and that one hits the batter, and Saunders is aboard. And the number 1 hitter in the batting order will come to bat for the second time. Runners now at first and second with 2 outs. Laura Scott started this big inning with a fly ball to right, caught by Ellery McGatha. And Duhigg ready with the first pitch. Bunt shown. Strike called. Throw down to third. Would have been in time, but Medina could not quite hold on. She had to run from the shortstop position to take the throw and apply the tag at the same time. So that's going to be a double steal. That ball was still in play. And the Mug is able to get back to third. So 2 stolen bases on the play. 1 for the Mug at third, 1 for Saunders at second. And this one misses down low. I did not see what the pitch call was on the double steal. Duhigg gets the sign. And she's ready, and this one is upstairs. Big inning for the Tigers to start the ball game. And here's a 2-1 from Duhigg. A high fly into right. McGatha will make the catch to retire the side. Second time this inning that McGatha has run down a pretty well hit ball by Laura Scott. But 5 runs for the Tigers on 5 hits. After a half inning, it is 5-0. We'll be right back. Bottom of the first after the Tigers had a big top half, and here's a batting order for Trinity Baptist. Center fielder Morgan Wells will lead it off, followed by Taylor Foster, the second baseman. Batting third is third baseman Piper Young. Sage Butler, the cleanup hitter, plays first base. Batting fifth is shortstop Ebony Medina. Ashley Shaw will hit sixth. She's the catcher. And the bottom third of the order, left fielder Carlin Payne, right fielder Ellery McGatha, and pitcher Kylie Duhigg. Facing Cheyenne Curry is about to make her first pitch to Morgan Wells, and it is a strike call right at the top of the zone. And Cheyenne Curry, 6 wins, 5 losses, 7.07, 4 complete games, 61 and a third innings. She's allowed 86 hits, 62 runs, but only 49 of those earned. She has walked 19 and struck out 12. Wells with a high fly ball to right, but the very sure-handed right fielder unable to hold on to the throw. That's going to be an error charged to Kyla Gardner, normally one of the best in the business. Might have lost that one in the sun, and a break for TBC. Goes as an error, and Wells is at second base. Brings up Taylor Foster, the Eagles' second baseman. Wells came in hitting .306 on the season, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. Foster waiting to take her swings. She's hitting .217 with a couple of runs driven in. Wells at second. She has scored 6 runs this season. And Foster will try to at least advance a runner to third. Corner infielders in, actually all 4. Cheyenne Curry ready to pitch to Foster. And bunt shown, and she chased one out of the zone. A little bit low and outside, trying to get that bunt down to third. Wheel play on. Gooden will be covering third. And Jasmine Lamung, the second baseman, will be covering first. Jade Mention is at third. She's very close. And at first base is Mejia. And this pitch misses low and outside. Outfield alignment. Kyla Saunders is in left. Caitlin Lamug in center. And Kyla Gardner in right with the catcher, Laura Scott. A ball and a strike. Foster able to pull back and a high fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Curry ready and the windup. Foster again showing bunt, and she lunged at that one and popped it foul. Just want to let the ball hit the bat. Make sure it gets down on the ground. So now with 2 balls, 2 strikes, we'll see if Coach Regulacion still has the bunt on. Wells runs very well. She's at second. Big gap in right center. Here comes a 2-2. Hopped up and out of play right on top of the batting cage. Of course, Edward Waters from downtown Jacksonville. Their fans starting to make their way into the complex. They always bring a good following to the west side. Counts 2-2 to Foster. And that one is low. Wells got a great lead off second. And you may have seen Caitlin Lemug sneaking in behind Wells just in case there's a throw. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Foster with a fly ball towards center. That ball's going to be caught. Lemug able to get back in time. Pretty well hit by Foster, but that is out number 1. Good battle between Foster and Cheyenne Curry, won by the pitcher. And Piper Young steps in with 1 out and the runner at second. Young is hitting .254, 1 homer, 13 RBIs. Corner infielders are still in tight. Young with a hot shot down the right side, but foul. Wells taking nothing for granted. She hustled all the way, made sure the umpire told her to head back. That's what you do. You run, you let the umpire make the call. Young will go the other way. Most of her hits this season have come to right field. She had a good day at the plate in addition to winning game 2 on Thursday. And the pitch. That one is upstairs. She had hits in both games and won game 2 in the circle. She went the distance, 2 unearned runs in that win. Ball and a strike, 1 out. Morgan Wells at second. Tigers lead 5-0 in the first. And the pitch. High pop up, and it hits the net. Falls back safely. A ball and 2 strikes. Curry checks the signs carefully and is ready. Here comes a 1-2. And that one slipped out of her hands. Wells was off on the pitch, and she will get to third with a stolen base. Picked out a good pitch to run on. And for Wells, that is stolen base number 6. She's been caught 4 times. Now a runner at third with 1 out and a count of 2-2 on Young. There's a hard ground ball towards Gooden. She will throw to third, and a runner is safe. Young safe at first. Credit her with a fielder's choice. And good awareness by Wells to get back to the bag. 1 out. Runners at the corners. Sage Butler at the plate. Butler is hitting .208, 2 homers. One of those came Thursday against New College of Florida, and she's driven in 5. Gooden trying to catch Wells a little too far off the bag at third, but Wells got back in time. The throw will be cut off as Young takes second base. Eagles have stolen 2 in the inning. That was a design defensive play by the Tigers. And again, heads up by Morgan Wells at third. Takes away the force out. 1 ball, no strikes to Sage Butler. And this one misses upstairs. Count of 2-0. And Curry ready and the pitch. And a foul ball right back into the net. Just a minor issue to take care of, but we're back. And Curry checking the signs. She has a count of 2-1 on Butler. Here's the pitch. High drive, well hit, left field. This ball's going to be up against the fence. Wells will score. Young around third. Here's the throw to the plate. It is not in time. Butler bidding for a home run, but she hits it off the fence, and the Eagles have scored two. Wells' run is unearned. Young's is earned. Both count, and it is 5-2 in favor of the Tigers. For a moment, it looked like the ball was going to leave, and then for a moment, the ball looked like Saunders was going to haul that one down. It got over her glove, hit off the fence, and a two-run double for Sage Butler. Now batting is shortstop Ebony Medina, 250, one homer, 6 RBIs. Butler hit that ball awfully hard. Tiny bit more angle, and that's gone. Ebony Medina shows bunt on the first pitch, pulls back, but a strike called. Nothing in one. There is one out. Foster hit the ball pretty well into center, but that ball was caught by Lemug. There's a hard ground ball towards first. Medina does a wise thing, noticing that Mejia was coming in, making sure that Mejia was not able to get the throw off in time to third. Tag applied, and Butler advances. Good job of base running by Ebony Medina. Again, don't get tagged out too soon and give that chance at a throw for a double play. Ashley Shaw with an RBI opportunity. She's hitting .208, 5 runs driven in. Takes the first pitch up and away. Shaw is followed by Payne, Magatha, Duhigg in the batting order. 1 ball, no strikes. And Curry with the pitch. Little pop up towards short, and Gooden will knock that one down and make the catch. And that retires a side. However, TBC takes advantage of a drop ball and scores 2. After 1, it is 5-2 Tigers. Well, we've had some offense in the first inning. 5 runs by the Tigers, 2 from the Eagles, and it's 5-2 as we start the second inning. Gooden, Lemug, Rice, 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order. Edward Waters put 10 at the plate in the first inning and scored 5 times. Gooden walked, stole the base, and scored the first of those 5 runs. First pitch from Lemug in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Counts 1-0. Edward Waters has won every matchup between these two teams, but Trinity Baptist normally gives them a pretty good effort. Non-scholarship Eagles against Division II Tigers. Edward Waters University, the Division II program in our city. And that one hits Gooden, and she'll trot on down to first. 2 Division I programs, Jacksonville University and the University of North Florida. A lot of college athletics here in Jacksonville. So Gooden drew a walk and is now hit by a pitch. No official at bat. She stole the base in the first and came around to score her 22nd stolen base of the season. She's on the move. Shaw with the throw. It is on target, but a little bit late. Good throw by Shaw. Gooden just beat it out. Not an easy throw for Shaw to make. She had to reach up behind her. She and Wells, the two catchers on the team, they'll throw the ball, and they'll throw it very well. Gooden just a little too fast. 1 ball, no strikes. This is Jasmine Lamug. Takes a pitch down in the dirt. Lamug went down on strikes the first time up. Only her 3rd game. Glad to see she's back and healthy. Here's a 2-0, and this one pulled foul. She did that a number of times in her first at-bat before Dewig was able to get her. Brooke Rice on deck, followed by Mentioned. Counts 2-1. We originally were supposed to play this game tomorrow night. Moved back to tonight for Trinity Christian Academy softball. And the count is 3-1. Gooden at second. She was hit by a pitch, stole a base, nobody out, and a 3-1 count to Lamug. 3-1 on the way, and hit hard and pulled foul. Eagles will have 7, 8, and 9 due up in the bottom of the second. Head coach of the Tigers, Mr. Mike Ellison. Always nice to see him. Very nice gentleman. Assisted by Brian Daly and Ashley Combast. Counts 3-2. Lamug showing bunt, but with 2 strikes. Most likely going to pull back and swing, and she does. And pops this one up down the left field line. Carlin Payne runs out of room. The ball's out of play. Payne really closed in on that well. I think if she had even just one more step, she makes the catch. Mug stays alive to get another swing. Duhigg checks her sign. Mug has a lot of room in left center. Again, showing bunt, pulling back, and taking ball 4. The first 2 have reached without a hit. Brings up Brooke Rice. She drove in that first run with a base hit. She has 2 on. Nobody out. Takes the first pitch a little bit high. One ball, no strikes. Duhigg with the pitch and down low, and a nice block by Shaw to keep the runners where they are. Counts 2-0. And time called. Rice asks for time, steps out, and now she's ready. High pop up. This one is in foul territory, and Carlin Payne makes the catch. Carlin Payne has been very impressive out there in left field all season long. She made 2 terrific catches against New College of Florida. I think they were both in the 7th inning, if I remember correctly, to help secure that win in game number 2. 2 balls blistered on the line that she ran down near the left field line. 1 out, 2 on. Jade Mention at the plate, and she takes the first pitch fastball for a strike. Mention also singled in that first inning and scored run number 3 on the home run by Kyla Gardner. Run number 3 of the inning. 2 on, 1 out. Duhigg with the pitch, and this one misses low and inside. Mention has driven in 22. She has an RBI opportunity. Counts even at 1-1. And this one misses upstairs. That's ball 2. Edward Waters, after today, has a 3-game series against Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia, April 13th and 14th, Saturday and Sunday. The 2-1. There's a ground ball up the middle, a base hit. Gooden will round third. The ball is bobbled, and there will be no throw. Gooden would have scored anyway. And credit an RBI single to Jade Mention, and it is 6-0. No chance to get Gooden at the plate. Jasmine Lamug advances to second. There's 1 out for Kyla Gardner. Remember what she did in the first inning. Hit a long home run to straightaway center. Duhigg's first pitch is a little bit high. That is a conference series rather, for the Tigers on April 13th. They're going to play, of course, the bulk of their remaining schedule within the conference. They will finish at Savannah State University on April 19th and 20th. And a strike gets the outer half of the plate. So that's coming up after today's doubleheader. Good luck, Tigers, once you leave our ballpark tonight. Always a Tigers fan when they're not playing TBC. The 1-1, and that one is low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. Edward Waters has finished its home portion of its regular season schedule. They are coming off a 3-game sweep against Benedict, April 5th and 6th. That one got away, and both runners will advance. That'll be a wild pitch. Runners now at second and third with 1 out. Final scores were 9-0, 8-0, and 4-2 against Benedict College, conference opponent. Three balls and a strike. All 4 dipped a little bit low, and the bases are loaded. That brings up Gracie Mejia, who singled and scored in the second. Check that in the first. We're in the second now. And a strike at the knees on the first pitch. 1 out, bases loaded, 1 run is in. Duhigg ready with the 1-strike pitch, a fastball low and inside. Morgan Wells coming in just in case there's a throw. Of course, many of these players know each other. Both teams from Jacksonville, they see each other quite a bit. A ball and a strike and a pitch. High drive down the right field line and slicing foul and out of play. Gatley gave a good effort, couldn't quite catch up to it. Count is 1-2 on Gracie Mejia. Duhigg, a long look, and now ready. 1-2 on the way, and this one is upstairs. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. There's a chopper right towards third. The throw will come to the plate. Shaw will relay to first, not in time. They do get the force out at home. Young trying to get the tag on, but then able to make the play and get the force out. Fielder's choice to Gracie Mejia. Lemug out 5-2 at the plate. Mention advances to third and Gardner to second. There are 2 down for Caitlin Lemug, who had the RBI double down the left field line in the first. That drove in the 5th run of that first inning. And this one misses up and away. Nice job by Young on that previous play. One ball, no strikes. And a chopper foul to the left side. Still see the 4 on your screen and off to the left, just off the screen. Now you see the 22 representing Kennedy Williams and Morgan Wells. This is their final home doubleheader. They are seniors. We had their senior day presentation back on Thursday. A ball and a strike. And that one hits the batter, and that will bring home a run. And the Tigers lead 7-0. Jade Mention scores. Kyla Gardner advances to third, Mejia to second, and Caitlin Lemug is aboard at first. Brings up Kayla Saunders. 2 outs with the bases loaded. That one ripped hard and foul, and that one almost made it onto the Trinity Christian football field. Might have hit a parked vehicle over there. Hopefully didn't. I already have a cracked windshield from someone who used the shoulder to pass me a couple days ago and flung a rock up right onto my windshield. Second time this year that's happened to me. 1 strike pitch is upstairs. I'm about to get my 3rd windshield of 2024. A ball and a strike, 2 outs. Duhigg trying to end this inning. And the pitch. High fly ball to left. Payne going back near the line, makes the catch. Ends the inning. Carlin Payne with 2 really nice running catches. Tigers get 2, they leave 3. Bottom of the second coming up, 7-2 Edward Waters. Bottom of the second, Eagles come to bat trailing 7-2. They hit the ball very well in the first, and they'll have Payne, McGatha, and Duhigg, the scheduled hitters. 7, 8, and 9 due up in the batting order, facing Cheyenne Curry. 1 inning so far, 2 runs, 1 of those earned. Just 1 hit, an error helped out TBC a little bit. And now Carlin Payne steps into the batter's box. Left-hand hitting left fielder for the Eagles. Payne hitting .255, no homers, 4 runs driven in. First pitch from Curry. is taken inside. Cheyenne Curry 6-5 this season. She's also swung the bat a few times this year. She's hitting .500. Limited opportunities. Got that last pitch on the outside corner. Ball and a strike. Curry checks the sign, and she's ready. Here comes the 1-1. And a slapped foul. Hit pretty hard by Carlin Payne, but a little bit tardy on the fastball. So the count's 1-2. Ellery McGath on deck, followed by Duhigg. And then, if the inning continues, top of the order. Counts 1-2. And that one misses up and in. Close, but ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes a 2-2 to Payne. Little chopper headed up the middle, but cut off, and the throw to first is in the dirt, but dug out. Nice pick by Gracie Mejia, and there's one away. Payne hustling all the way. Throw did beat her, and again, a terrific dig by Mejia. One out, base is empty. Ellery McGatha at the plate. McGatha hitting .333, 6 RBIs. Takes the first pitch just a little bit above the letters. 1 ball, no strikes. Absolutely beautiful out here on the west side. Right at 70 degrees. As that one hits the outside corner to even the count at 1-1. Just a nice gentle breeze blowing in from center field. It's supposed to be very pleasant all night long. First of 2 here at Trinity Softball Complex. A ball and a strike, and the 1-1. Line drive right at Lemug, hit very hard, and that is out number 2. TBC swinging the bats well, but a really nice catch out there by Lemug. Ball hit hard by McGatha. Now here's Kylie Duhigg. She's hitting .255 with 5 RBIs. She's on base at .364, doing a good job in the batter's box. Another hard hit ball. Gooden with the snare. Gets up, throws a strike, and that ends the inning. Eagles hit the ball pretty well, but tough luck as the Tigers made 2 really good plays in the field. And after 2, it's 7-2, Edward Waters. Top of the third, 7-2, Tigers lead. Laura Scott, Katie Gooden, Jasmine Lemug, the scheduled hitters, top of the order. Scott has flied to right both times so far. Ellery McGatha has tracked down a couple of balls from Scott, made 2 really nice catches. In TBC, final doubleheader of the season. We will be at Florida State College at Jacksonville next Tuesday. Once I get that live video link, I'll post that on the schedule page and on the team Facebook page. And a strike called. First pitch from Kylie Duhigg to Laura Scott. Third inning and the third time that Scott has batted. Tigers put 10 at the plate in the first, scored 5 runs. Strike 2 is called. Trinity Baptist got 2 in the bottom of the first, but Edward Waters got those 2 back in the second. And now we're in the top of the third. No balls, 2 strikes. Duhigg winds and delivers and misses up and away. Counts 1-2. Duhigg ready. 1-2 on the way. Ground ball towards short. Medina. Throw to first in time. Ebony Medina had a slight bobble, but re-grabbed control of the ball and made a terrific throw across the diamond. 1 away. Brings up Gooden. No official at bat, but she has stolen 2 bases and scored 2 runs. Walk and a hit by pitch. Duhigg ready to face Gooden for the 3rd time. And a strike right down the middle. Gooden nods her head in agreement. Jasmine Lamug on deck. No balls and a strike. Shot right at Young, and the Eagles return the favor that happened to them twice in the bottom of the second. Good line drive, hit pretty sharply, but right at Piper Young for the second out. Brings up Jasmine Lamug, who has struck out and walked. Nothing out of 1. First pitch fastball's a little bit high. Should Lamug reach, Brooke Rice would bat next. 1 ball, no strikes. Duhigg with the pitch, misses up and away. Counts 2-0. Slight conference near the circle, but now Butler heads back to first, and we're ready to resume. And here comes Duhigg with the 2-0. High fly ball, left field. Payne drifting back, and this one is off the fence. Lamug will stop at second with a 2-out double. And Lamug bidding for a home run. Hits right off the top of the fence. The ball stays in play. Payne did all she could to get there. Ball was just a tad out of her reach. So Lamug at second with 2 outs. Rice at the plate, 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Takes this one down and in. Nice block by Shaw, the catcher. Wells, Foster, and Young due up for the Eagles in the bottom of the third. Hitters 1, 2, and 3. Duhigg ready, and the pitch. There's another fly ball into left. This time Payne will come in and make the catch. 2-out double and a runner left at second. Bottom of the third coming up with Edward Waters leading 7-2. It'll be 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Eagles. Wells, Foster, and Young. 7-2, Edward Waters. Morgan Wells 0 for 1, but she reached on an error, stole a base, and scored a run in the first. This is Cheyenne Curry, missing outside for ball 1. 2 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 earned. 1 ball, no strikes. Eagles have put the ball in play pretty sharply through the first run through the batting order. Here's the 1-0. That ball hit towards third. That's a fair ball. The throw to first in time. Jade Mention fields the ball right on top of the line and makes a good, solid throw. Watching these Tigers, most of them have been on this field many times. They don't make defensive mistakes. Not very often. That one drop fly ball earlier, very rare occurrence for a Tigers defender. Here's Taylor Foster. Flew out to center, hit the ball pretty well her first time up. There's another line drive. This one's going to be caught on a dive. Taylor Foster stung that ball. And Caitlin Lemug makes the catch right on top of the blades of grass, and there are 2 away. Foster bidding not just for a single, but if that ball had hit and gotten by, at least 2 bases. Piper Young at the plate, reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored a run in the first. And Curry with her first pitch. And Young flinched, but took ball 1 upstairs. Eagles have had that happen to them a whole lot this season. Hit the ball with authority only to find somebody making a play like we just saw. 1 ball, no strikes. And that one is a little low to Young. So Piper Young ahead in the count 2-0. Sage Butler waiting on deck. She's really starting to smack the ball with a lot of authority lately. Here's a 2-0. There's a drive well hit toward the gap, but again, that ball's going to be tracked down by Caitlin Lemug. Tigers deny the Eagles once again, and after 3, it's 7-2 Tigers. Edward Waters' defense keeps robbing Trinity Baptist of hits, and that's partly why they're leading 7-2. The other part is they are swinging the bats just as well, but finding holes. And now Jade Mention, Kyla Gardner, and Gracie Mejia will lead off in the 4th. Edward Waters got 5 in the first, 2 in the second. Trinity Baptist got 2 in the first. Here's Jade Mention. She has singled twice and scored both times. First pitch from Duhigg. Hot ground ball right back to the box, and Duhigg makes the play. Ball hit right on the button, a 1-hopper back to the pitcher. Eagles playing pretty good defense as well, but the Tigers have been finding some open grass. Harlan Payne in left especially. She's made a number of running catches already herself. Here is Gardner, and she takes the pitch for a strike. 3-run homer and a walk. After Gardner, Mejia, and if the inning continues, Lemug and Saunders. 1 strike from Duhigg. Now a pop up towards first. Butler makes the catch. That ball hit right off the handle of Gardner's bat, and a pretty good play by Sage Butler. 2 outs, bases empty for Gracie Mejia. She has singled and scored and grounded into a fielder's choice. And Duhigg ready. Chance at a 1-2-3 inning. And the pitch. Ground ball to third. Young snares it. Throws to first in time. 1-2-3 on limited pitches from Kylie Duhigg. And we go to the bottom of the fourth with the Tigers leading 7-2. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 7-2 Edward Waters, Sage Butler, Ebony Medea, Ashley Shaw, the scheduled hitters. And there is a defensive change for Edward Waters. We have a new second baseman we'll tell you about in just a moment. As Butler gets ready to step into the batter's box. New second baseman, Chloe Sisson, takes over for Jaslyn Lemug. Now Sage Butler ready. She had a 2-run double off the fence in the first inning. Chloe Sisson, we try that again. Chloe Sisson, a freshman from Umatilla High School in Umatilla, Florida. First pitch, high drive, well hit, left center field. This ball is long gone. Sage Butler with her 3rd home run of the season, her 3rd RBI of the day. And on the season, that is RBI number 8. And the Eagles pull 1 run closer. It is 7-3. Told you, Sage Butler really hitting the ball with authority of late. And so Ebony Medina will step into the batter's box. That is only the 2nd hit by the Eagles, but again, they've really swung the bat very well. One run is in. Ebony Medina, the shortstop, ready to take her hacks. Medina, last time up, grounded out to first. Cheyenne Curry gets a sign, ready for the first pitch. And that one is upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. And Curry ready. Here's the 1-0 to Medina. She has a home run this season. That came at Lake Sumter. And she fouled this one off. And the count is 1-1. All right, Josh, no coaching from the stands. 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's a 1-1. And the fastball misses up and away. Two balls and a strike. Medina digs in. Curry ready. And swing and a foul back. Good rip by Medina. She just missed it. Medina came in hitting .250. Now with a count of 2-2. Curry ready. Here comes a 2-2. That one slipped out of her hand and is in the dirt, and the count is full. Ashley Shaw on deck, followed by Payne, McGatha, and Duhigg. Counts full to Ebony Medina. Here comes a payoff. Little tapper back to the box. Curry throws the first in time. She got off the mound very quickly and made a good throw. That ball got right into the kitchen of Ebony Medina. One out. Base is empty. Ashley Shaw at the plate. Hit a little looper. Looked like it was going to get down in left field, but shortstop Katie Gooden made a nice over-the-shoulder catch. One run is in, a leadoff homer from Butler. I pop up. This one is out of play and into the bleachers. No balls and a strike. Ashley Shaw came in hitting 208. One strike pitch. High fly ball towards center field. The mug, though, is there and makes the catch. Shaw got under it just a bit, and there are two away. Carlin Payne at the plate. 0 for 1. Shaw didn't quite barrel that one up. Got under it just a touch. And Payne ready. Here comes the first pitch. And this one is popped up to short. Should be playable for Gooden. And that is out number 3. However, the Eagles get a leadoff home run from Sage Butler, her third of the season. And after 4, it's 7-3 Tigers. We go to the 5th, 7-3 Edward Waters, and we got a treat for you. The voice of the Edward Waters Tigers and their sports information director, Josh Jackson. And Josh, you're a busy man. You got the Sharks coming up, the new 95ers. You do a lot of announcing. Do you ever give your voice a rest?
No. No, I wish a lot of times I could, but I gotta keep some things moving. But Ray, it's always great to be out here with you guys, and always great to be out here at TBC. You guys have been great to us at Edward Waters during our times of being competitors and working together. It's always been a great relationship with Edward Waters and TBC, and definitely looking forward to every time we get a chance to come out here.
All right, Caitlin Mugg at the plate. Tell us a little bit about Caitlin. We've seen her many times as she drops down the bunt. Young will throw to first in time.
Nice speed there from Caitlin. She was one of our 8 seniors that we honored this past Saturday in our final home contest of the season against Benedict. But someone who's definitely been steady at Edward Waters at that center field spot, and definitely been an all-conference player in her time at EWU. So she's definitely going to be a player that we are certainly going to miss as she goes on to the next phase of her life.
I know she's a Gold Glove caliber center fielder out there. She made that diving catch and has run down a few balls we've hit. We've hit the ball very well. I know you had to step away for a little bit, but Eagles have hit the ball. Your team is making plays like they do to us every time.
Well, the one thing you can always expect from Trinity Baptist every time they see Edward Waters is they're always going to give their great effort. And regardless of what the score is going to be, they're going to battle you up until the very, very end. So been very impressed with what we've seen, what Coach Ray has done with this program here at Trinity Baptist, and just really impressed with the growth that this program continues to have.
Well, the players know each other. They're good friends off the field. Of course, Katie Gooden, a former TBC Eagle, and That's one reason they compete so well, because they want to do the best they can against their friends. Here's a 1-1 from Duhigg. Line drive foul down the left field line. This is Kayla Saunders, who's been hit by a pitch and flied out to left. And Carlin Payne in left field has done an equally impressive job as Lamug has in center today.
Absolutely, but speaking of Kayla Saunders at the plate, really seen her growth come along. She's really blossomed into a fantastic player, not only a great teammate, but a great left fielder there for Edward Waters, and even gotten her bat going here in the late goings of the season.
She has a count of 1-2. And a foul ball down the left field side and out of play. Kyla Saunders, a senior from Jacksonville, Orange Park High School, across the line. I mean, you're talking just steps across the Clay County line.
Absolutely. Of course, I give her some problems every now and again. Of course, both of us being Clay Blue Devils, always got to give our friends over at Orange Park a little bit of problem, but she's been a great player for SCW. Great shot there as that goes to the left field and just foul to the left side of the left field foul pole.
That ball was gone, and fortunately for TBC, it took a left turn a little too soon, and Saunders will get back into the plate. You and I are both also UNF Ospreys as well.
Indeed. Definitely fond of our times there at UNF, and some great people over there at UNF. And really impressed with some of the work that you've done this year with your broadcasting over there at UNF this year.
Yeah, I got my first UNF experience on ESPN Plus with them. Did the old Swoop Life Live for a few years. That's been discontinued. A hot shot off the glove of Medina, and no chance to get her. She should have held on to that ball as Saunders is heading into second, and she will get there. It'll be a base hit for Saunders, and then an error on the throw, allowing her to take second base. She hit that ball very hard and almost knocked the glove off Medina.
That's 3 straight times she's hit the ball right on the screws, but able to get a shot there to shortstop having a bit of a time handling that hot shot, and able to advance there to second. There was Kayla Saunders.
Now, you're also the voice of the Jacksonville Sharks. They're in a brand new league, the Indoor Football League. Tell us about the Sharks and the IFL.
Sharks this year, a bit of a slow start, 0-3 to start the season. Just some problems, kind of getting adjusted to the speed of the IFLs. Just kind of used to that AFL brand that we've played for the first 14 years of the squad. So definitely got to see if we can get some things adjusted there, as we see Laura Scott getting hit by a pitch there on that first pitch to her. So I'll put runners at first and second with one person down and bring up the former TBC Eagle and Katie Goodenough to the plate.
That's the fourth batter that Duhigg has hit. We have a pitcher on there. The last time she pitched before this season was, I guess you'd say, the equivalent to Little League for softball, and she's learning on the job, and she's been facing not just your team, but some fantastic NAIA competition. We are the only non-scholarship team in the state of Florida, so we're playing, all about the Sun Conference. We're playing them and a couple of Division IIs. And a strike called, and Shaw was trying to get off the throw, but came out of her mitt. And that'll be a double steal as Saunders takes third and Scott takes second.
Yeah, that Sun Conference is definitely a murderer's row of teams when you talk about the Webbers, the Warners, the Kaisers, the Southeasterns, all those great squads that are in that Sun Conference.
You got Warner as well, who's a dual affiliate, and Ave Maria. And the thing is, in Florida, of course, we can play all year long, and they're always recruiting all over Florida and the Southeast.
And not just Florida. Jacksonville's definitely been a hotbed of softball over the past couple of years as well.
Katie Gooden at the plate. She has walked, been hit by a pitch, stolen 2, scored 2, and lined out to third. And there's a ground ball hard toward Medina. She's going to come to the plate. The tag is in time. Throw back to third and the runner back. And I was writing down the play at the plate and almost missed that play at third. Heads up base running by Gooden. It's a fielder's choice. She takes second base on the throw. And TBC gets the out on Saunders at the plate. 5-2 on the putout.
Heady defense there by the shortstop, able to get it to home, tag the runner out at the plate, get their second out. Edward Waters does have runners in scoring position, so we'll see what happens here as Chloe Sissons up at the plate.
Well, Sissons batting for Jasmine Lamug. Hang on a moment, Josh. We'll come back to you after the pitch. And this one is in the dirt. And Chloe Sisson makes her first at-bat of the day. She's hitting 309, 1 homer, 13 RBIs. You told me that Jasmine missed a lot of the season. You don't need to get into the issue. You've told me about it, but I'm glad she's healthy and is back on the field.
Without question. Chloe's been taking a lot of the work there at second base for Edward Waters for a good chunk of the year. Good true freshman. Has been a great bat. Solid defender there for Edward Waters in her inaugural season in purple and orange.
Yeah, I know my wife had the same problems some years ago that Jasmine has been dealing with. And again, glad to see she's healthy. Not just for softball, but I've been able to say hi to these young ladies in the past, and you have some terrific players on this team, terrific people.
Absolutely.
Young will go to first in time, and a good defensive inning for TBC. Tigers get a couple on, but do not score. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 7-3. We'll be back in just a moment. Caroline. We go to the bottom of the fifth. The Eagles swinging the bats very well, finding some leather, but making very solid contact. And Josh, we see Cheyenne Curry. You said it's her second year. Offhand, I don't quite remember if she pitched against us last year, so this may be my first chance of seeing her live. Tell us about the junior from Pine Grove, Illinois.
Yeah, we're really seeing her start to come into her own here. She's really taking the reins of that second pitching spot there for Edward Waters behind the ace and JoJo Peterson. So she's really beginning to grow, get better here with this program, and definitely going to see a lot of fantastic things out of her.
4 innings so far, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, just 2 hits, one of them the home run, though. She hasn't walked anyone or struck anyone out. She's gotten some great defensive play. Josh is going to take us through the fifth. Here's Ellery McGatha.
8-9-1 due up here for the Eagles. Ellery McGatha at the plate now for Trinity Baptist. First pitch from Curry is lined out to right field, right into the mitt of Kyla Gardner, and that'll be one person down on one swing here in the bottom half of the fifth inning.
That's not the player you want to hit the ball to if you want to reach base. A very, very rare miscue by Gardner in the first helped the Eagles score a run. Kylie Duhigg, the pitcher, at the plate.
Duhigg also 0 for 1 on the day. A pitcher-pitcher battle here as we get set for the first pitch here from Cheyenne Curry.
Oh, I forgot. You got the game changer working, too.
I do. Pitch inside, ball 1. Inside to Duhigg.
So I don't need to tell you who's up.
Yeah, I think I got it pretty much.
All right. The voice of the Edward Waters Tigers, Josh Jackson.
1 ball, no strike count here to Kylie Duhigg. Curry gets her sign, comes set to deliver the 1-0. Swung on, hit out to left field. Saunders coming on. It's going to drop right in between Gooden and Saunders. Duhigg is going to advance to second. And that's going to be a stand-up double there for Kylie Duhigg.
You know, maybe we found the secret. We've been hitting the ball hard, getting caught. A little blooper like that drops in for a double. Baseball, softball, funny games at times.
Absolutely. Morgan Wells at the plate now for Trinity Baptist, the center fielder. She's 0 for 2 on the day.
But she has scored a run.
The Eagles have something cooking here with a runner at second. One person down here, bottom of the fifth. Visitors from downtown Jacksonville and Edward Waters on top. As they throw over to first, and they're going to say that Duhigg was out. So Duhigg is
She must have missed the bag on the appeal. And now Coach Regulacion wants an explanation. Of course, we were watching the ball. Where's that going to drop? And Duhigg apparently being called out.
Coach Ray calls Duhigg to the dugout. Not happy with the explanation, but there are 2 down here for the Lady Tigers of Edward Waters. So Morgan Wells at the plate now for Trinity Baptist. See if she can get something going here with some 2-out lightning here for the Eagles. First pitch here from Cheyenne Curry. It's the hard to play for strike 1.
Josh, credit your coaching staff in the dugout keeping an eye on the runner and noticing that she may have missed first base.
Those are two great coaches in the dugout there for Edward Waters, head coach Mike Ellison, and his assistant coach and Brian Daly, as well as his graduate assistant and Ashley Combast. Heads up play there, heads up eyes there on that play. The 0-1 swung on, hit back to the screen, foul, and Wells is down 0-2.
I admit I flinched on that, and at UNF we have a rule: anyone flinches on a play like that has to stand up the rest of the inning.
Especially with that nice press box that they have over there at UNF for softball. No balls, 2 strikes here to the Trinity Baptist center fielder and Morgan Wells. Here's the 0-2 from Curry. In the dirt. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
Wells was a beneficiary of a drop ball in right. She ended up stealing a base in the first and scoring on the 2-run double by Butler. Josh, Sage Butler has really hit the ball extremely well the last few ball games.
Without question. Here's a 1-2 swung on, hit foul, almost hits Coach Ray there. It gives Wells a bit of a sly look in the box. Coach Ray barely getting out of the way as the dugout goes, move, coach, get out of the way, and he takes the advice and begins to head to the dugout.
Fortunately, that did not hit him. We can laugh about it, but if that ball hits him,
yes,
we're not laughing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Morgan Wells, Josh, is the very definition of a tough luck hitter. She hits the ball as hard as you just saw and keeps having it get caught.
Here's the 1-2 from Curry. Swung on, hit out to center field.
Just
that's
like
get
that.
Right on the line to Lamug, and that's going to end the inning here for Trinity Baptist. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one on left stranded. We go to the 6th, 7-3 Edward Waters.
We go to the top of the 6th, and 7-3 Edward Waters. And Josh, it looked in the first inning like Edward Waters was going to put a whole lot of runs on the board. But Kylie Duhigg, after that first inning, again, an inexperienced pitcher, she settled in to give up just 2 runs since then, and she's gotten some good defensive play behind her.
Without question, 5-6-7 due up here for Edward Waters as Brooke Rice is in the box now here for Edward Waters. Time called by the umpire. So he'll try to adjust something at the plate.
Let's rehash that Kylie Duhigg play. She gets credit for a single and then considered out advancing to second. So she is now 1 for 2.
Duhigg digs in, gets her sign, comes set with the first pitch to Rice. She hits that one back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Rice so far 1 for 3 today. Does have an RBI. As Ray mentioned at the first inning, a fantastic Friday here for Brooke Rice this past Friday against Benedict. We'll tell you that story in a minute as that one gets back to the screen for a ball. Rice was 6 for 8 in 2 games against Benedict on Friday. At 2 3-run home runs, drove in 8 runners for this fantastic junior from right here in Jacksonville and First Coast High School.
I played ball for 12 years and never hit a home run, and she gets 2 in 1 game. Sometimes life just isn't fair.
She swings, hits that one foul. It's going to get out of the park here, down the right field line. And that's going to be strike 2 here on Brooke Rice. And if you're just joining us, Edward Waters leading Trinity Baptist 7-3.
Big 5-run first inning.
Yep. For Edward Waters, 7-8-1. Trinity Baptist 3-2-0. The 1-2 is outside the lead of the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Rice came in at 287 with 6 home runs and 44 RBIs. She's driven in 1.
She had a little bit of a slump at the beginning of the season. She's really beginning to settle down and play like the player that she's played over her first 2 years. Swung on, hit foul, just missing head coach Mike Ellison in that third base box.
Well, you're in conference play now. We're taking a little break from it today, and as you're getting closer to the tournaments, you want players like Rice. You got Jasmine Lamug back. You have great defense out there. You want them ready to go come tournament time.
Especially, there's still a lot of softball to play here. There's the battle there in that Eastern Division and that SIAC, which we'll talk about in just a moment. The 2-2, that's inside, just misses the foot of Brooke Rice, and the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Edward Waters a game out in the SIAC East Division, right behind Fort Valley State. There's a makeup game that has to be played between Edward Waters and Fort Valley State from that 3-game set that happened earlier in the year, in which Game 3 was rained out.
We're going to play them at the end of the month. And Albany State.
Full count pitch hit right on the line, dropped by the second baseman. Throw to first, not in time. We'll see what they scored that one. It's going to be an error there on the second baseman. And that's going to put Brooke Rice on first. Hit right on the line to the second baseman. Could not handle that one.
Second error by TBC. One was on a throw. TBC has played really good defense. I think Taylor may have lost that ball in the sun.
That will bring up the senior third baseman in Jade Minchin. First pitch to her, swung on, hit out to right center. That's going to get in for a hit. That's going to put Rice at third, and they're going to be runners on the corners with no one out on that single there from Jade Minchin.
She hit that ball right on the line, found the gap, and we've seen your team do this to us a lot. A mistake, and you guys, not just against us, you will cash those in and get some runs.
Absolutely. That'll bring up Kyla Gardner, who has been dangerous for Edward Waters. If you saw in that first inning, he smashed a home run over the left field wall.
I don't think the ball's landed yet.
Yeah, exactly. In that 5-run first there.
She pulverized it. Sage Butler did too.
Do his first pitch to Gardner. Throw down to third. It's going to get over the head of the third baseman. Rice is going to come home to score. Going over to third is Minchin. It's 8-3 Edward Waters on the throwing error from the catcher. Catcher tried to throw it over to the third baseman. Air-mailed it to left field. That allowed Rice to score. That allowed Minchin to move up to third. And Edward Waters now with a 5-run lead.
We're going to credit Jade Minchin with a stolen base at second. And then Rice scores an unearned run.
So a ball to Kyla Gardner. Duhigg set to deliver the 1-0 count here, 1-0 pitch, I should say here, to the Edward Waters right fielder. Here it is, bunt shown, bunts down the third base line. It is a good one, throws over to first, not in time. Throw back home is airmailed. That's going to allow Gardner to get to second. A run will score. It's a 6-run lead for Edward Waters. It's now 9-3.
That'll be a base hit on the bunt for Gardner. She takes second on the overthrow. And it is 9-3.
And the catcher and Ashley Shaw is going to take some time to talk to Kylie Duhigg and her infield mates to try to get this one settled down. Couple of costly errors there, Ray, for Trinity Baptist, allowing a couple runs to score here for Edward Waters to extend the Lady Tiger lead.
Well, Gardner with her 4th RBI of the game, and 2 runs are in with nobody out. The Eagles had been playing great defense. A couple of wild throws this inning have led to a couple of runs.
Gracie Mejia at the plate now for Edward Waters. Mejia, the senior from Arizona.
1 for 3 with an RBI, or a run scored, rather.
Digs in, first pitch to Mejia is outside.
This is not a team that anybody wants to give extra outs to.
Absolutely. There's definitely a team that can hit it in bunches. No, 1 ball, no strike count here to the Edward Waters first baseman. There's the 1-0. That one comes inside. Count goes now to 2 balls and no strikes. Mejia assuming the role of first baseman this year. Last year she came in as the second pitcher for Edward Waters. But has really fit in very well at that first base role. Has swung a great bat for Edward Waters this season as well. 2-0. Catches the corner for a strike.
It's always great to have the players who will do anything the coach asks. Players want to play certain positions, but your team with Coach Ellison, they know that he's going to give them a chance to be successful.
Without question. Here comes set. Here's the 2-1 swung, hit out to left field. That was going to get to the fence for a base hit. Coming home is going to be Kyla Gardner. That's going to be an RBI single for Gracie Mejia. It is 10-3 Edward Waters. Mejia smacked that one to left center field. Got all the way to the wall, just missing a homer. And the Lady Tigers scored their third run of the inning.
And that runner at first is important because right now it's a 7-run lead. Eagles do have 2, 3, and 4 coming up, and they've hit the ball well today, just haven't had a whole lot of luck.
Caitlin the Mug at the plate now for Edward Waters. First pitch is hit foul.
And still nobody out.
That's the 11th hit of the day here for Edward Waters. Here comes set. Here is the 0-1 hit up the middle off the second baseman's glove. And that's going to allow Lamug to get to first. There's going to be runners at first and second with no one out here.
That'll go down as a base hit for Caitlin Lamug. A tough play for Foster. Probably wouldn't have had the out at first. Lamug runs very well.
Kayla Saunders at the dish now for Edward Waters.
And still nobody out with 2 on.
Saunders 1 for 2 today. First pitch is a strike. All-speed pitch. Again, runners at first and second. Caitlin Lamug at first. Gracie Mejia at second. No one out. Top of the 6th inning. Edward Waters with a commanding 10-3 lead. Shot to third. Third baseman got it. Tags Mejia over there, advancing it to third.
Now goes a fielder's choice to Saunders. Young with the 5 unassisted, and there's 1 away.
Head coach Mike Ellison wants to take some time to talk to the umpire. Are they saying that Mejia was safe? Are they calling some sort of obstruction?
Or maybe missed the tag. And the call of out will stand. Hey, you can't blame the coaches for asking. And there's 1 away.
Top of the order due up now here for Edward Waters. Laura Scott at the plate here for EWU.
She's had a couple of balls run down and right by Magatha.
First pitch to Scott. Down in the dirt, ball 1. Runners at first and second, 1 down here in the top of the 6th inning. Edward Waters 10, Trinity Baptist 3.
I'm guessing, Josh, in game 2, it's going to be Piper Young against Milan Sublime. 2 aces of the staffs.
The 1-0 catches the inside corner for a strike. 1's across the board here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Here comes set. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Lamug around third. They're going to hold her there.
Morgan Wells made a rocket throw into the plate.
So Lamug has held that third. Bases are loaded here, and that'll bring on the former Trinity Baptist Eagle in Katie Gooden.
Sometimes just hit the ball a little too hard. Morgan Wells made a really nice play, and she can throw, too. She's thrown out some base runners this season. Gooden has scored twice. She's 0 for 2 officially.
First pitch to Katie. Right down the heart of the plate for a strike. Laura Scott at first. Kayla Saunders at second. Caitlin Lamug at third. Katie Gooden at the plate here for Edward Waters. Here's the 0-1 from Duhigg. In the dirt. Nice stop there by the catcher. Even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ashley Shaw is usually very good at blocking pitches.
It gets her sign, comes set. The 1-1. Outside. Count goes now to 2 balls and a strike. Remember, that runner at third, very, very important. As Edward Waters does have a 7-run lead. If it goes to 8, Edward Waters could end it in the bottom of the 6th inning on the run rule. The 2-1 from Duhigg. This is inside, 3 balls and a strike.
I've noticed Katie batting right-handed a lot more, and when she was here, she usually hit from the left side.
3 balls, 1 strike to the Edward Waters shortstop and Katie Gooden. Here's Duhigg's 3-1. Upstairs, ball 4. That's going to bring another run home. It is now 11-3 Edward Waters. That's going to go down as a RBI for Katie Gooden on the bases loaded walk. Chloe Sisson at the plate now for Edward Waters. Sisson making her at the plate now for the 2nd time this inning. As the Lady Tigers have batted around. 1 down here, top of the 6th, bases low, still loaded for Edward Waters. First pitch to Sisson is a strike.
Sisson taking over for Jasmine the Mug, probably a little more precautionary, as Jasmine just coming back into play last few days.
The 0-1. Downstairs. Count even now at a ball and a strike. Bases loaded again here in the top of the 6th inning for Edward Waters. The 1-1. Swung on, hit out to left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Saunders is going to score. Here comes Scott. Scott's going to score. That's a 2 RBI single for Chloe Sisson. And the Lady Tigers have broken this one open. It is now 13-3 Edward Waters. Just drove that one to left field. It actually fell right between the third baseman and the left fielder, allowing 2 runners to score.
Chloe Sisson with RBIs 14 and 15. And it's a 10-run lead now for the Tigers.
Here comes the ever-dangerous Brooke Rice here for Edward Waters. Rice 1 for 4 on the day. First pitch is going to catch the heart of the plate for a strike.
Second time that the Tigers have put 5 on the board. 5 in the first, 6 here in the 6th.
The 0-1. Again, right down the heart of the plate, another strike. 1 down here for Trinity Baptist here in the top of the 6th inning. Runners at first and second for Edward Waters. Here's the 0-2 to Rice. That's going to miss upstairs. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chloe Sisson at first. Katie Gooden at second. 1 down here, top of the 6th inning. Here's Duhigg's 1-2. Swung on, hit foul. Down the right field line, actually hit out of the stadium. Hits a tree on the way out. We'll do the 1-2 again.
Josh, how's the Edward Waters baseball team doing?
Baseball team's been kind of up and down this year. Have lost a tough series as the ball goes into the dirt, even though counted 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lost a tough series on the road this weekend, 2 miles after winning the first contest of that series. Tigers have lost the last 2 to lose that series. So Edward Waters has got a big series this weekend here at home against Savannah State.
And your JV's playing our JV, I believe, right now.
Yeah, we're at a walk-off Charities field over on the south side. 2-2 is hit foul, almost hits a couple spectators over in the football bleachers.
I didn't know they were playing over there.
Yep, they're playing over at the walk-off Charities field here today.
Yeah, Frank Frangie at Fort Family Park.
Absolutely.
I did the Trinity Christian against Providence game there a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Man, Trinity Christian baseball, 16-1, number 18 in the country.
Wow. 2-2 to Rice. Swung on, hit to the right side, to the track, to the wall. That one is off of the top of the wall. That's going to bring home Gooden. Sisson's going to advance to third. That's an RBI single for Brooke Rice. It is 14-3 Edward Waters. That one just missing a home run to right field.
And Gooden comes around to score, and Katie Gooden thought that one was gone, and she did a little frustration hop that it didn't go as she crossed the plate.
Jade Minchin at the dish now for Edward Waters.
Brooke Rice now with 2 RBIs. She's also scored twice today. I'm surprised that our varsity teams haven't played each other, Edward Waters, TBC. Usually we get a home-and-home series with you.
First pitch, chopped foul. Back behind the screen. Yeah, it's normally a great battle between Edward Waters and Trinity Baptist over the past couple of years. Ever since the Trinity Baptist program has come along, it has always been a fantastic battle between those two great baseball programs.
I'll always remember that walk-off home run that Brian Lopez hit against you, and then John Shiver pitched a terrific game at your ballpark. And there have been times that we've had the lead, and your Tigers have come back late in the ball games to taking one away from us. And always some good battles between the two schools. Hopefully we'll be able to hook up again next season.
The Radomski brothers have played we had one at Edward Waters and another one at Trinity Baptist playing each other. So always a great rivalry there between those two teams. The 1-1 to mention, swung on, hit foul. That's going to come over our heads. And that's going to put the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Edward Waters senior third baseman in Jade Minchin.
Eagles softball is going to finish a regular season against 2 of your conference opponents. What can we expect from Fort Valley State and Albany State?
Fort Valley State and Albany State are just 2 tremendous programs. Fort Valley State's been on a roll this year.
Now, they have greatly improved
absolutely
in the last few years.
Absolutely. And it's going to be hit out too short. A look over to third, throw over to first is in time. That's going to allow Rice to go up to second. Sisson stays at third. Good. 2 down here and at the top of the 6th inning.
Really good play by Medina, checking that runner, and she fired a strike for the out. So 2 down, 2 runners in scoring position.
Skylar Gardner at the plate now for Edward Waters. 2 for 3 on the day with that home run in the 1st inning. Here comes set. First pitch to Gardner. It's going to be laced out to right field for a base hit. Sisson's going to come around to score. Here comes Brooke Rice. Rice is going to score. A 2 RBI single for Kyla Gardner. 16-3 now in favor of the Lady Tigers. That ball just scorched out to right field.
And those are RBIs number 4 and 5. Check that, 5 and 6 on the day for Gardner. Let's check her season total now.
Grayson Mejia at the dish now for Edward Waters. First pitch is in the dirt for a ball.
There she is. She now has 37 on the season. Couldn't find her name for a moment.
Lady Tigers have scored 9 runs here in this top of the 6th inning. He squares around a bunt. Now it's a strike. Throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base there for Kyla Gardner.
I remember that Fort Valley State, Trinity Baptist, we've won some ball games against them, but last year I could tell they were tremendously improved.
Edward Waters and Fort Valley State split their series earlier in the year. 1 ball, 1 strike count. It's going to miss upstairs. It's going to give the count of 2 balls and 1 strike. Edward Waters won that first contest back at J. Gardner Nips Memorial Softball Park on the north side, but dropped the second one in 10 innings.
And Maryland just reminded me that we did turn a triple play against them last year.
Swung on, hit out to left field, and it's going to be caught by the left fielder, and finally the inning comes to an end. But
Josh, I thought that ball was gone.
Yeah, she hit that one right on the screws, but nevertheless, 9 runs come across for Edward Waters. The Lady Tigers have broken this one open. Let's see if Trinity Baptist can keep this one going as we go to the home half of the 6th inning. It's Edward Waters 16, Trinity Baptist 3.
And we go to the bottom of the sixth with Edward Waters leading 16-3. They had a big sixth inning. They put 9 runs on the board. The Eagles made a couple of errors in that inning to help along the way. And the Eagles have really hit the ball well. Sage Butler has driven in all 3 runs, a 2-run double and a solo home run. But Edward Waters, as usual, making some terrific defensive plays. Taylor Foster, Piper Young, Sage Butler, the scheduled hitters. Josh Foster was robbed of a base hit in the first by that center fielder once again, Caitlin Lemug.
First pitch here from Curry to Butler. It's going to
There
be
we
hit
go
out
again.
to center and right out to Lemug, right on cue, Ray.
Josh, that's
One pitch,
happened to us all season long.
One pitch, one down. And
Yeah, you look at some of our batting averages, and they just don't tell the story of how well the Eagles have really hit the ball this season.
Piper Young had the dish now for Trinity Baptist. Young 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch from Curry. Swung on, hit foul, back to the screen. First strike here to Piper Young. Again, just a tremendous top of the ninth inning, or top of the sixth inning for Edward Waters, as they scored 9 runs in that top of the sixth inning to really break this one open.
And Josh, we got some great weather out here for these ball games. Cheyenne Curry, 5 innings so far, 3 runs, just 2 of them earned. She's allowed only a couple of hits. And again, great defense behind her.
Curry comes set to deliver the 1-1. Swung on, hit up. That's going to get out, heads up.
Look out.
In the stands.
Oh, fortunately, they got out of the way. You know, they call that a softball. It is not very soft. It is not a Nerf ball.
It is in no way, shape, form, or fashion soft.
I don't know who called it a softball, but somebody was wrong.
1 ball, 2 strikes here to the Trinity Baptist third baseman in Piper Young.
Maybe because it used to be slow pitch. I don't know.
The 1-2. This is inside. Count is even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I'm not sure I could even handle slow pitch at the plate anymore.
Absolutely not. My days, I keep trying to tell people at the job, hey, my eligibility is done. Don't ask me to do anything else.
Well, I knew I wasn't playing after high school, so I learned how to do the microphone stuff.
Swung on, chopped out to Gooden. Gooden's got it, throws a strike over to first in time. And there are 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning.
Good play by Gooden. She had to wait for the ball to come down. I thought Young might be able to beat that one out, but a perfect throw.
Sage Butler at the plate here for Trinity Baptist. 2 for 2 on the day with that home run in the bottom of the 5th inning. There's 3 RBIs on the day. Time called at the plate now by Butler.
Butler with her 3rd home run. She now has 8 RBIs. Had a very slow start to the season, but has really come around in the second half.
Here comes that first pitch. Swung on, hit out to left. That is going to drop for a base hit. Butler's great day continues, and she goes to now 3 for 3 on the day. She's going to run over to second, and she's going to be tagged out. That's going to be the ball game. A bit of a base running mistake there for Sage Butler. That's going to end the ball game, as Edward Waters will take the victory via the mercy rule here in Game 1, 16-3.
Cheyenne Curry, 6 innings, 3 runs, just 2 of them earned. That was the 3rd hit that she allowed. And that's going to do it for game number 1. Thank you, Josh, for joining us on the mic. We're going to stop the feed now, start up a brand new one in approximately 20 to 25 minutes as game 2 between the Tigers and the Eagles will get underway. Thank you for watching us. Stay with us. We'll be back in a little while.